After going to a party and talking to lots of people, do you feel energized or do you feel drained of energy? The way you answer this question shows whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. You've probably heard of these phrases before, but what do they mean? Introverts are people who get energy by being alone, and extroverts are people who gain energy by being with others. We all fall at different points of the spectrum of introversion and extroversion. I myself am more of an introvert. I like to be with people and I like to have fun, but afterwards I feel drained and I need time to unwind and reflect. In my speech, I will be going more into depth about the difference between introverts and extroverts, the science behind each personality type, and how to take care of the extroverts and introverts in your life. First off, I will explain extroverts. Extroverts make up 50 to 75% of the US population, so the majority of the people you come across are extroverts. These are your social butterflies, and they gain energy by being with people. But why do they gain energy by being with people? According to Susan Cain, author of the book Quiet, which explains the power of introverts, our brains require stimulation from outside sources. Extrovert brains are not easily stimulated, so they require more sensory input in order to feel excitement. By socializing with people and putting themselves out there, extroverts get the stimulation that their brains need. I was talking to my roommates about the difference between extroversion and introversion, and one of my roommates, who is more of an extrovert, explained why she loves socializing so much. She said that socializing to her is like sugar. She loves it and can just be completely happy the whole day by talking to people. I myself am more of an introvert, and so when she said that, I realized that introverts view socialization more as salt. We like it and it's needed, and it gives flavor to life, but too much and it ruins everything. And so extroverts feel most comfortable being a part of the world around them instead of turning inward and reflecting. That's more of what an introvert does. Because of this, extroverts are known to learn through trial and error and be impulsive. These people are more likely to have lots of friends and to be easily understood. Extroverts like to share openly their thoughts and opinions, and they wear their emotions on their sleeves. And they gain a sense of identity by being with people and need outside sources of reassurance for their behavior. If someone close to you is an extrovert, here are some ways that you can take care of them. Number 1, compliment them in front of people. They love outside reassurance because they gain their sense of identity this way. Number 2, encourage their enthusiasm and energy. When extroverts are excited about something, show your support. Number 3, show your affection for them physically and through your words. This makes extroverts feel safe and secure. Number 4, respect their independence. If they are busy being a social butterfly, let them be busy. This is them being happy. Number 5, let them talk things out and express themselves. Extroverts like to unload their emotions as they go, so be an open ear and give advice frequently. Extroverts prefer jobs that let them interact with people. Some ideal jobs for extroverts include being a nurse, physical therapist, lawyer, human resource specialist, and teacher. And then some famous extroverts include Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Steve Jobs, and Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer. As you can tell, all these examples were leaders in their own way because they demanded the attention of others because it made them feel alive. And they gained energy by being with big groups of people. Now let's talk about the flip side of the coin, introverts. Introverts gain energy from being alone. A common misconception about introversion is that these people are antisocial and don't like being with others. As an introvert, I can attest that I love socialization. I love my friends, but I do get worn out after a while and I need to have my alone time. The reason that introverts gain energy by being alone is because their brains are easily stimulated, so all the sensory input of the outside world can overstimulate their brains. Introverts prefer being in their familiar environment, and they like to have time to reflect and think. Just as extroverts view social interaction as sugar, like I said, introverts view social situations as salt. A little goes a long way. Introverts are not hermits, and they are very interested in you, even though they can sometimes come across as uninterested. They can be social when necessary, and they can be fun to be around. For some introverts, it just takes time to trust people. These people typically prefer having a few close friends, and they do not need outside reassurance. They gain their sense of identity from within. They are more cautious and aware of others' feelings, and they tend to think before they act, which makes them more thoughtful than extroverts. These people tend to keep their emotions to themselves, and because of this, introverts can be harder to understand than extroverts. If you are close to someone who is an introvert, here are some ways to care for them. Introverts are not likely to raise their hands and volunteer their opinions because it is intimidating. If you need to ask them a question, make sure to phrase it like, "What do you think?" This shows introverts that you are listening and will value what they say. Once your introverted loved one starts talking, do not interrupt them. They will not fight you to bring the conversation back to them. Also, don't make them talk if they don't want to talk. Respect their privacy. Introverts tend to reflect a lot on situations, so make sure to never embarrass them in public. They will reflect on this for years to come, and it can do a lot of damage. So if you need to reprimand or correct them, please do so privately. Also, don't push them to make lots of friends. They are content with just a few, and if you push them to be more of an extrovert, they will start to view introverts, like introversion, as a lesser personality type, which really isn't the case. We all have our own strengths. And so ideal jobs for introverts include jobs where they don't have the spotlight on them. These jobs include animal care and service workers, court reporters, archivists, film video editors, and computer programmers. Some examples of famous introverts include Gandhi, Bill Gates, J.K. Rowling, and Albert Einstein. And as you can tell from these personalities, they mainly contributed to the world through their intellect because they like to spend time pondering and thinking things through, which created some of the most brilliant ideas that the world has ever seen. Each personality type can contribute to society. Since extroverts like more attention than introverts, they tend to make good leaders for people who need explicit instructions on how to work. Introverts make good leaders for people who are independent thinkers. They listen to their team members' ideas and advice and are willing to incorporate it in the workplace. In summary, the main difference between extroverts and introverts is how they gain energy. Introverts gain energy by being alone, and extroverts gain energy by being with people. Both types of people are needed in society and should be appreciated for who they are. We all have strengths. Publicly praise and show affection to your extroverted loved ones, and let your introverted loved ones know that you are listening and give them time to think. Now that you know the difference between introverts and extroverts, what personality type are you?